Hi everybody, this is Ingi from Tarot Ingi, and today I'm going to talk about what it means when you get kings in your tarot readings. And I will talk about the card combinations as well. So I'm just going to show you what groups they fall in. So when a lot of kings, let's say you get 3 kings showing up in the Celtic cross, for example. So out of your 10 cards, there's quite a lot to get more than one. Actually, even if you only got 2, it's significant. If you get 3, it's really significant. If you get 4, it's even more so. But let's say you get 3 kings. Look at the king that's missing. So in this example, it's King of Pentacles. It's King of Pentacles. So then it's like, why isn't King of Pentacles showing up? Why is that the only one that didn't show up? That's finances. That's financial success. So is that what's missing in your life? Because you have all the other elements here. So then you also look obviously at the other cards in the layout. But I want to talk also about the card groups. The card group kings fall into court cards and minor arcana cards. And they also fall into the individual suits. So for example, King of Swords also falls in the group of swords. So the first thing I do when I see a lot of kings showing up in my reading, I look for the number 1. Is number 1 repeating itself? And let's say you got, even if you only got one, let's say you only got Ace of Swords. Even if you only have one with the kings, it's good. It's really, really good. Because 1 means victory. It means becoming number 1. King is the highest court card. It means ending up at the top. So it means that you're gonna get to the top in the area you're pursuing. So if you're an athlete, it signifies winning. If you want a promotion, it means getting the promotion. If you are in a competitive niche or business, it means becoming the authority in that niche. The things are going really, really well. So people are recognizing you as a leader in that field. Sometimes you get kings with 2s. If you get kings with 2s, because king also fall into the group of court cards. So when you get a lot of court cards, you also have to look at 2s. Let's see if I do have a here. So let's say you get just 1 2, but that's fine. That means that you focus on relationships. Maybe it's a business partnership, because remember, king wants authority. So maybe there's networking, depending a little bit on the other cards as well. But let's say you also get a cup card, which means there's a lot of love, flow, and connections, human connections. Let's say you get 3 kings, a 2, and then a cup card. Let's say it's 10 of cups. It means that you're making a lot of emotional, strong connections in your life. And if you're single, definitely one will stand out as to be a relationship. If you're not single, it means your relationship is becoming very strong, but it can also be that you're gaining a lot of attention as well. Maybe you are drawing suitors to you as moth to a flame, you know what I mean? So it can mean that as well. If you get kings with 9s, so the moon is a 9. In numerology, you have to reduce the digits to a 1 number. So 18, which is moon, becomes a 9. Let's say you get more than 1. Let's say you have quite a lot of 9s. Let's see. There's another 9 here. Let's say you get 2 9s and then you get 1 king, for example. I'm going to do King of Pentacles now. So this can look a bit like chaos energy, because you get 9 of Swords, you get the moon, it's a bit, things are in the dark, so it can be a lot of worrying. But then you're getting King of Pentacles, which means when you're getting 9s and with kings, 9 is the highest number in numerology, kings is the highest court card. Again, now, the difference between a 9 and a 1 is that 9 is at the top, and so it already has 1. And it knows that, so it's not so competitive. But what it does want is to serve humanity in a way that's really powerful. So it reaches a really high level because it's very pure in that pursuit, if it can stay pure. But you know, if you turn the number around, it kind of falls. So if you can stay pure in your heart with the number 9 and you want to serve humanity, you get, for example, King of Pentacles. It means you will get very well rewarded for those efforts. That means maybe you're solving a problem that humanity really needs. So you have something of real value for humanity, but you are also being rewarded for that. Maybe you're getting King of Wands, and maybe you are showing people how to have courage, which is incredibly infectious. One person that shows courage, people follow. So then you're a leader because you have courage. But look also at the other card and see what is showing up. King of Cups often shows up with the 9s when someone is a healer. And King of Swords, that can be several different things, because King of Swords sometimes shows up in the legal world. It shows up sometimes also when people have such a sharp intellect, even if they are not in the legal world or in the intellectual world, they still have clear thoughts and clear thinking. So they can show the way out of darkness because of their clear thinking. Whatever you're learning will benefit humanity in a big way. So, what else? Yes, so there's more. So 1, 2, 9, there's another number, number 8. So, doesn't matter which number 8, because you read, when you're reading this type of style, I call it the arrows style, you're reading the groups first and meaning afterwards. So 8, Strength, this is just a few examples. 8 of Cups, 8 of Swords. The reason that there is a little bit of stagnant energy in the 8s is because it goes in a circle, and sometimes it just goes around and around, repeating the same cycle again and again. But it's a karmic energy. Until you break it, you will repeat it. In the Strength, it's a clear sign that it's being broken. So it changes because you're going through a portal, you broke that chain, whatever it is. So maybe you just have to do one thing to break the cycle. When you're getting, let's say you're getting it with kings. Doesn't matter if you get just one king with it, doesn't matter. Maybe you get 2. It often means that you have some kind of karmic program. It can be ancestral, it could be yours from growing up, it could be the people you're around, or it could be on a soul level. That makes you repeat this karmic cycle, but it often is against authorities, and it can be related to parents, especially father. So it could be that you need to do healing work on father, that would heal how you handle yourself around authorities, and that can help you become an authority in your life, especially because the 8 is a warning not to give away your power. The 8 shows up when we often have a little bit of codependency. You can see that especially in 8 of Cups, that we give away our power to authorities. So, for example, why doesn't the government solve this problem? Why doesn't my boss do this for me? That is giving away your power. Look at when the 8s are showing up, it can be a sign that you're giving away your power too much. How can you be more independent so that when someone in authority potentially could abuse their power, how do you know that you're safe from being abused? When someone in authority wants to take advantage of their position, how can you self-protect? The 8th is a sign that you need to think about these things. But when you get it with kings, it means that you already have, or you're very close to figuring it out. It means that you either have authorities in your life that you realize you need to be safeguarded from, or that is teaching you how to free yourself. There is something happening in your life when you get this combination where you have broken some kind of matrix, like you've beaten the matrix basically, or you're close to, or working really hard to do it. But I often see this arrow, but this arrow is a sign that this is going to be completed in your life, especially if you get Strength. Star is another 8. So Star, it's healing from the past. It's learning from the past. It's becoming independent. It's becoming strong so that you don't get taken advantage of. you don't end up codependent. And codependent is also being codependent to the system. Having your hand forced because you are entrenched in the system, and there is no parallel way to live. So, for example, having your finances in order, so that you have room to move if you have to leave a situation. Growing your own food in case there is food shortages, that sort of thing. This combination is there to teach you to be independent. That's a lesson in your life. So depending, of course, what other cards you're getting in the Celtic Cross, I always recommend the Celtic Cross because the first 3 cards is the most important. Your situation, what's blocking or creating it, and the third card is the advice. So after you've looked at the card groups, look at the first 3 cards, then look at the conclusion card. The conclusion card is most likely outcome the way you're going, which often, especially if it's a minor arcana card, you can change. If it's a major arcana card, it could be just destiny, but the way you even deal with your destiny depends a lot on your belief systems and how you manifest as well. So even if it's going to be the same outcome, you can get to the outcome without all the trials and tribulations. So have a look at, card combinations first, the first 3 cards, and the outcome card. That's really, really important. If you're asking about relationships, the 7th card is a secret, 8th card is often the spouse, and if you are single, it can be a future spouse. So if you look at the 4th card, it's often the programming that's causing the situation. So the Celtic Cross has a lot of secrets that if you know how to read card combinations, it can really help your reading to make so much sense. But try and look at it from a soul's perspective. What are you learning here? What will benefit your life from a soul growth perspective, but also how to make you... I do like the word interdependent. Not too independent so no one can get close to you, but not codependent so that you're on the mercy on someone else's decisions. That's what you absolutely want to avoid. Okay, guys? So I hope you enjoyed that. Please keep your tarot studies going. That increases your intuition. It will help you so much. And please let me know how you're going. Okay, guys? Bye!